How you guys doing today on this Sunday? Uh, I want to tell you real quick something that was just going through my head. Uh, it's very important to have a solid foundation because the foundation that you have is going to determine how your life plays out as well. Um, in the African American community, a lot of blacks, we don't have a solid foundation. Now you got some blacks who had a good solid foundation because I'm a firm believer that how you were raised and how you were brought up, that's going to have a big impact on your success and your ability to thrive in life. If you didn't have parents that put you in a position to be successful, if they didn't help you, academically, mentally, if they just didn't prepare you to be a success, you are going to have it tough in life. I can honestly admit I had a very spiritual upbringing, but that's not what life is all about, spiritual stuff. Your parents need to be teaching you about real life. That's why I know for a fact if my dad would have raised me, things would have went in a total different direction for me. I see that however you were raised, that's going to play a big part in your development and just your overall well-being. You know, um, a lot of, being raised all in the church and stuff like that, that's not preparing you for life. It's not helping you at all. Being beat over the head with the Bible, that's not getting you ready for real life. Your parents need to be teaching you about money and, helping you academically, just putting you in a position to win. I'm not even saying, they don't even necessarily got to prepare you for college, but they need to prepare you to get some kind of skill, trade, something, so you will be in a good position. That's one thing. My father was always trying to give me guidance, but I wasn't with him on a everyday basis. This is something that has to be a part of your life, your lively regimen. It can't just be sometime. It can't be, you got these people over here giving you wisdom, but you got these people over here telling you nonsense. It has to be a consistent thing to lead you in the right direction and prepare you to be successful. I look at how my dad and my uncle were raised. They were raised in a household that values education. My dad's mom was a teacher, so they were destined to succeed because they were prepared to be successful. And one thing I see now that I'm grown, your parents have to be preparing you to win. They have to be preparing you to be successful. And my dad once even said that if your parents didn't prepare you to, if they didn't prepare you for life, if they didn't prepare you, for success, they failed as a parent. And I believe that, being beat over the head with the Bible, what is that going to do for you? When you get out here in the real world and, everything costs, you see how expensive everything is. How is that going to prepare you for the world? And I see how important it is to have that solid foundation and to be raised by parents that got some sense. It's very important to have parents that got some sense, because if you're raised by some parents that just got their head in a cloud somewhere, they not in tune with reality, you're going to be messed up out here in this world. You're going to be really messed up. And I just see now that when you see some people thriving in life, when you see some people doing so well, it's because of their foundation and how they were brought up. And I never realized how important a solid foundation is, how important having, just being led in the right direction. You know, people telling you the truth about life, people letting you know what the world is all about. You know, my dad did his best, but then again, you know, I wasn't with him on a regular basis. This stuff is very important because it has a lot to do with your success level. When you see some people doing so well, I see now because they had good parents. They had parents that prepared them academically. They went to a good college, got a great career, and now they're living a great life. Or even if they didn't go to college, parents told them to get a trade, and they were doing that from the beginning. It's all about your guidance and having some parents that got some sense, not having some overly religious type of parents, because when you have parents that have no direction, they can't give you any. And I see now as an adult why it was so, you know, why I should have been raised by my dad, even though I lived with my dad off and on. But, you know, boys sometimes want to be with their mothers because, you know, moms let you get away with a lot of stuff. And children at the end of the day don't know what's best for them. But looking back now as an adult, I truly see that I would have been way ahead of the game. My upbringing and my life story would have been so different had I been raised by my dad. Because you got to have a parent that got some sense. You got to have a parent that that can lead you in the direction that you need to go to be successful. You know, and one thing I like about my dad, he's always been rooted in reality. One good thing about me, I had one parent that was rooted in reality. I didn't have two delusional religious type of parents. I could just imagine how it is for people that had two delusional religious type of parents. Because I'm seeing that how you're brought up and your foundation plays a big part in your level of success in life. You know, that's why you got a lot of kids that grow up to be messed up because they weren't given the proper guidance. They weren't raised right. This is why it's good. I see why my father always talked about a two-parent household. It's very important to be raised by two parents because there are studies that show being raised, you know, by a single parent, you're destined to have a whole lot of problems in the long run. But let me know what you guys think about this. How do you guys feel about a solid foundation? Because a solid foundation and knowing the truth about life and having parents that's, you know, giving you knowledge and real wisdom of the world is very imperative to your success. But I'll talk to you guys. Have a great Sunday.